Hello everyone, I'm so happy to have you guys here for a new video. Today we're going to be cloning TripAdvisor. Now TripAdvisor is a very popular website which helps users with reviews and finding out new locations. So we're going to be building a clone of that with NextJS. I finished making the video and I forgot to do the intro and describe what the application is about. Okay, let's start. All right, this is a TripAdvisor clone. You can see different restaurants, where to go, places, but it's more focused on food in this one that I did. We can see trending places highlights here, and we can see things to do by categories. In the main search bar over here, we can search through all this data by clicking on restaurants. You can see only restaurant shows street food, only street food is showing here, a bar and lounge. Okay, see, very nice. Then we can also search through all of this. For instance, let's say I just want meat. It will search through all the data and find me what I want. Or let's say I want coffee. All right, bingo. So you can see in our places here, we have the title, we have the review, we have the location, we have the time they open, and we have the class of what the place is. So if we delete all of this, we can see, and then if we click on anyone, we can see more information about it. Like here, we can see more pictures. So you can see it's a really neat application that I feel like everyone will want to use. It is mobile responsive, as you can see. See, look at how neat this looks. Just look at how neat this looks. So I really want you guys to follow through the video. If you can't follow through the video, just click the link in the description for the main code. The starter code is also in the description, so click that, download it, npm install, and let's kick off from there. So the first thing I want you to do is to go over to GitHub. I'm also going to be doing that here. Once you get to GitHub, I'll put the link in the description though. Just go to my repositories, and in my repository you're going to be seeing over here, we're going to be seeing the TripAdvisor clone starting code. So I want you to download this, then go to the root directory, and I want you to type npm install in your terminal. Npm install like this, npm install. Once you do that, your project will be all set up and you can continue with me from here. If you have any issues or difficulties in getting that started, just let me know in the comments. I'll be more than happy to help. We're more than 700 subscribers. Let's try and reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year. All right, let's get started. Now you can see on my screen I have my code on one side and I have my browser on one side. So let's get here. Now in our starting page here, we have a little carousel here, which I've set up already. Then we have trending places, which is also going to be a carousel. But in this trending place, we're going to use the data we have in our lib folder. In our data, we have an array of multiple places that we're going to be using to show here in our trending places. So what I want you to do is to close this, go over to your app, your site, and your page. As you can see, I've already imported it here. Trending. So you have trending here. All we have to do is go to our components, our trending, and go to our index. So once we do that, we're going to be mapping through those data. As you can see, I already have my places imported from the lib data already. So these are our carousel, and all we have to do is we're going to come over here in the middle of our carousel here, and we're going to do places dot slice. And the reason we're using slice, we don't want all the data in the array to show. We just want the first 7 parts of the array to show. So we're going to slice through 7 individual items, okay, in our array. So we're going to map through it. We're going to say place, I'm going to say index, okay. Here we're going to do an empty tag, then we're going to say link, we're going to say ref. So in our array, in each array here we have an ID, so we're going to be linking this, say places slash place dot id. Okay, then we're going to say our key is equals to the place dot id. All right, so we're going to say div class name. Didn't give me what I wanted there. Class name, we're going to say margin 4 shadow XL over cursor. Now if you're confused of anything that I'm typing because we're currently using Tailwind CSS, if anything is off, all you can do is just go over to Tailwind CSS. I see this is a very good way to learn Tailwind CSS, and you can search for anything I'm typing here. For instance, you can just search m/4. You can see it's margin, or you can type it in the comments and I will explain it for you guys. Okay, so let's get back to our code. All right, so we're going to say hover. Anytime we get a hover, we want cursor pointer. We're also saying hover on the line. Background should be white. The width should be 250 pixel. And say a medium device, we want the width to be any device that is larger than the medium size on 400 pixels. Then inside here we're going to say image. We're going to say source equals to place dot main underscore image. Then we're going to say class name. We're going to say width full, height 250 pixel. Then we're going to say on medium devices we want the height to be 350 pixels. Okay, then we want to say alt equals to just say image. Alright, so we have our image there. We're going to create another div. I'm going to say class name. We're going to say padding of 4. And we're going to go into that div and create another div. Say class name, text Excel, font medium. And you say lower case. That means everything should be in small letters. We're going to say when the user hovers on this, we're going to say underline. Then we're going to say transition because we want it not to just happen instantly. We want a little bit of transition effect. I'm going to say duration. How long should that transition last? It should be 0.7 milliseconds. So that is duration 700. Alright, so we can say truncate because we don't want the text to exceed the boundaries of our div. I'm going to show you that once it displays on our browser. Okay, so once we have that, we're going to say place dot title. Okay, so let's see how this is coming. We need to come over here, say npm run dev. I'm going to close this. What I'm going to try and increase the font of this so it's a little bit more easier for you guys to see. Okay, so here we're going to refresh. Our site should have loaded. Alright, so we can see here what we want has already happened. This is the carousel looking nice and clean. Now we created the effect of hover. So as you can see, it doesn't happen immediately. It takes a bit of time before it reflects. And the truncate that we did was just want to make sure if the title is longer than this, it will stop here. Maybe I should try and show you guys an example. So let's just control copy this, paste, and you'll see something happening now. As you can see, the title is longer than the boundaries of our div, but we don't want it to affect it, so we just put to indicate, and it will have 3 dots over here and it will look nice and clean, so that some div will not have like extended portions and stuff like that. So that's why we're using that. Okay, so now that we have our title, just come down here. Okay, then we're going to show our ratings. I've already created a file that handles this, so you can just look through the file and see it. So we're just going to work on that now. We're going to say div class name, we're going to say flex, then we're going to say rating, say name, text feedback, this rating is you are using MaterialUI to do this. If you go to our package.json, you can see all the things we use for this project. We use Tailwind, TypeScript, we're using Carousel, Gallery Carousel, we're using what again are we using here? This is that icons, MaterialUI. So you can see everything that we're using here. We're also using DaisyUI, so see DaisyUI here. Alright, so you've seen everything we're using. So feedback, then we're also going to say value equals to place dot. We're going to put a question mark in case it doesn't exist. Rating. We're going to say read only. That's not how we want it to show. Just read only like this. We're going to say precision. Mind you, this is all for MaterialUI, so I'm just like writing what is on their website. You can check out MaterialUI to learn how to use a lot of their components. They have really cool components over there. So we're going to say empty icon is equal to star icon, style equals to opacity 0.55. I'm going to say font size equals to inherit. Okay, close this. We have this. Alright, so our rating is here. Let's refresh this. So you can see we have our star rating of these places. So now we also want to say place dot rating if it's greater than 2. We're going to say box sx equals to margin left 1, color green. Okay, then here we're going to have labels, place dot rating. Okay, this is just simply saying if our rating is greater than 2, we want it to show green color. Then if it is less than 2, we want it to show red color. So over here, we're going to copy and paste this. But the only difference, we're going to say this should be red. Okay. So you can see for anything above 2 stars, we have green text. Then anything below 2 stars, we have red text, poor. So you can see. So that's just what we wanted to do for there. So we're all done with our training. So let's close this. So we'll go back to our main page here. So we're done with our trending. Now we want to create something above our trending here. Just a little write up. So we're going to come here. We're going to say div class name. Max width 7XL, MX auto, block MD flex, and we're going to say BG hash F2B203. So be okay. I'm going to say padding of 5. Then we're going to space X5 MY10. Okay, I'm going to say div image source. All right, so in our source, we have, you can use any photo that you want. I have a link for a photo that I have over here. I'm just going to paste that here and see what we have. Okay, this is the image I have here, so this is what I'm going to use. You can get any image you want from Google to paste for yours. Okay, so let's continue. So after this div, I'm going to go down. I'm going to see another div, class name. You see margin top 5, MD, margin top 0. Okay, I'm going to say P, class name, text 3XL, font bold, text white, MB5, and text center. We'll save this. Inside here, we're just going to put a small write-up I have here. Okay, then we're going to say P, another P tag. It's class name. When you say text LG, font light, text white, margin top 10, MT 0. And for medium devices, larger than medium device, one margin top to be 0, one text center. Okay, so here now we're going to put a little write-up that I have as well. Inside here, I'm going to say B tag. I'm going to say button, class name. Okay, class name, BTN, margin top 3. I'm going to say donate now. Okay, so we have this prepared. This should render fine now, so you can see this is looking nice. Now the next thing we're going to be doing, we have our places here. We're going to be showcasing our places equals to places. So here we're just passing in these places we get, we're passing it into here. Okay, so what is the error we're getting here? It is arguing about the type. We're going to fix this when we get to here. So we're going to go to this. We're going to go to our places directory here in our components, and we're going to work on this now. Okay. Okay, so now that we're here, we're going to fetch that data from here. We're going to just say type any, just remove any errors that we may occur. Then in our div, going down, what seems to be the matter, type and toolings can only be used in JavaScript files. Okay, this is a .js file, not a TypeScript file. What we can do is we can rename this to TypeScript, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to leave it like this. Then when I come to our place directory, I don't have an error anymore, so I'm just going to work with it like this. Okay, so return div, we're going to say class name, and so we are going to return a grid. Say grid equals 2, and we're going to say md grid equals 3. This is just basically saying if the screen size is small, use columns of 2. If the screen size is larger than medium, use columns of 3. And if this screen size is larger than the large size, use a grid size of columns 4. Okay, that's just what we're saying. MX auto, and we're also saying max with 7 XL and margin 1. So that is done. Now we're going to map through our places. Dot map place equals this. So we're kind of building the website from the bottom side up. We're not starting from the top. The reason we're not starting from the top is because I want to do a search at the top. So I want to first of all work on the bottom part of the website before we work on the top. Okay, so let's keep going, guys. Let's keep going. So our place, we're mapping through the places like this. Then we're going to start with a link. We're going to say here, and here we're just going to link it to our places slash place dot id. Okay, so that's just what we're going to do, and then we're going to say the key equals to place dot id. Then we're going to say div class name, and we're going to say margin 1. Okay, so let's pay margin 1, say medium device margin 3, say shadow XL, hover cursor pointer, and say when it hovers again underline. Okay, I'm going to say BG white. Okay, so our div is done. Now we'll work on our image. So in our image, we're going to say source equals to place dot main image. Okay, and if the main image is still loading, we want to display avatar.jpg. So this avatar.jpg is existing in our public directory. This is it. So before, if it takes time for the main image to load, we just want to display this quickly before the main image loads. Okay, so that's why we're using this. All right, let's keep going. So now that we've done that, we're going to say class name, transition, yes, duration 700, z2 h250px mdh 300px. Okay, then we're going to say width full. Okay, did we make an error here? Class name, image, class name, source. Why is it showing us error? Okay. All right. So you can see all our images are now showing, which is looking nice, really nice. Now we need to continue working. Okay, so let's keep going. So now we're going to go down. After our image, we're going to say div class name, padding 2. Then we're going to another div class name. We're going to say text md text XL, font medium, lowercase, over, underline, transition, duration 700. Okay, then to kit. All right, then here we're just going to say place dot title. Okay, I'm going to come down. As you can see, our title is showing now. I'm going to say div class name hidden md flex. Okay, so here we're going to say video group rating. No, not this. Okay, then we're going to say value should be place rating. That is the rating of the place. Do this. Then we want to say place. We've done this before, so let's go to our index here in our trending and copy this. We copy this. We go back to our places. come here and we paste this. Okay, so how are we doing now? You can see here we're using smiley face, so it looks more interesting. Okay, so our code is looking good so far. Let us keep going. All right, so now we're going to say div class name. We're going to say padding 1, rounded full, text small. Then we're going to say place dot location and span. So here we're going to say span. I have one strange icon I got. I think you guys should. I don't know how you guys are going to get this thing. This stuff here, I'm going to put it in the description, so you guys can just copy from there and put in your code. That's just how I've been using it. Okay, so after I put that, so we're going to say place dot location. Perfect. Okay, place dot location. Then here we're going to say place dot opening underscore time, p class name, class name hidden, lg flex space x. So you guys should please remember, if you're lost in any point in time in this video, please just pause, message me, or leave me a comment, please. I respond to comments much more faster than if you go and send me a message on Instagram, because it really helps me when you place comments on the video. It shows that the video is responsive. So like, just put a comment on the issue you may have, and I will instantly, within like less than an hour, give you a proper explanation into like what's going on in your code. Okay, so please send me messages if you have any difficulty explaining. If I want to explain everything that I'm doing, it's going to make the video very long, and I'm trying to make the video short so that people will be interested in attempting the code rather than just okay. So our code has become unresponsive, so we'll just control C this, we're going to clear, say npm run dev, then we're just going to say exit page, delete this, start a new one, localhost. So we're going to wait for our code to load. It's going to take a while, especially if you have something like this UI set up. Your code may take a while to show. Alright, so this is good. We have our location and we have our opening time set, which is perfect. Okay, perfect. So now that we have that set up, we want to come back here again, and we're going to say p tag. We're going to go up, class name, and we're going to say p1 rounded full, text medium, font semi bold, truncate. Hashtag please type. Okay, so we have our thing set up. You can see bar, street food, restaurants, street food, restaurant, lounge. All right, so this is set up. It's looking really nice. So we don't have any issues with that. Again, let's come back to our main page. So now in our main page, we're going to work on the top. Let's go to the top. Let's create a div here. Say class name. So in our class name, we're going to say hidden md block, and we're going to say font bold, text 6 XL and say text center, margin top 24, margin bottom 12. Then we're going to say where to, bro. Where are you going? All right, so you can see that's looking nice. Now we're going to work on our searching. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, we're going to first say search box. Okay, search box, and we're also going to see search. Okay, so the first thing we're going to work on is the search box. So if we come to our search here, we'll see our search box. Okay, so our search box is currently empty and we are going to be responsible for filling it up. All right, so let's work on that now. So now in our search box, we're going to first style this. We're going to say class name. We'll say auto scroll overflow x scroll. We're going to say text gray 700. Then we're going to say div class name and say flex justify center width 700 px. I really want this video to be less than 1.5 hours, because like a lot of people when they see a video that is like 2 hours plus, they're like, oh my god, this is too daunting. You get? So like I'm trying to see how we can shorten the duration of getting the code like up and running for you guys. That's why I'm creating starting code and like making it easier with I've already imported everything, and yours is just to see how everything flows together to make it easier for you guys to get it up and running and then start playing with the code. I believe you guys will work with it much faster. So saying div class name, here we're just going to say, we're going to do it like this, nav underscore bar component. Okay, nav bar component. Okay, if you're wondering where did I get this nav bar components from, I've already predefined this in our global CSS. If you see our layer here components, we have the nav bar component here, which I've applied this specific styling to. Okay, so let's go back. So in our search box, we have our nav bar components that we've put here. So we're going to say span on click. Here we're going to say span. We're going to say search, or going to see what's going to show. So we have this. In our search on, we need to also put the home icon. So say home icon. Okay, so we have that set up. What we're going to do now, we're going to copy this. Copy. We're going to paste one here, but we're not going to use this home icon. So restaurant menu icon. Here we're going to have restaurant. Okay, so let's see how that is going. Okay, beautiful. Then the next one, we're going to have street food. We're going to delete this home icon, and we're going to say traffic icon. Then here we're going to cancel this. I'm going to say street food. Okay, then our next one, we're going to paste. We're going to delete this one. We're going to say local bar icon. Then we're going to come here. I'm going to say bar. Then down here, paste this, and we're going to say this time around weekend icon. And here we're going to say lounge. Okay, I'm a bit bad at spelling somehow. So we are going to say loud. So we have this, if you can see, is looking very, very nice. Now we're also going to work on this a bit as well. And how are we going to do that exactly? Okay. What we're going to do, we're going to come to page. We're going to create a state here. We're going to say constant type, set type equals to use state string, and we're going to say all default value. Okay, so here in our search box, we're going to pass this over. We're going to say type equals to type, and we're going to say set type equals to set type. Okay, now in our search box, the reason why we're doing is that when the user clicks on search all or restaurant or street food or bar or lounge, we want this underlining to be on what the user has clicked. Okay, so when we go back to our search box, we're going to import these things, and we're going to create a type folder because this is a TypeScript file. I've been working in JS file. Now I'm going to show you how we're going to work in CSX file, so you have like a mix of everything, kind of. So we're going to say search props is equal to, we're going to say type the string, right? Then we have set type, because we're going to say any, and here we're going to fetch those things. We're going to say type set type, and we're going to say this is search props. So now in here, when we get here in our class name, we're going to say navbar components, and we're also going to say if our type is equal to all, we want our border gray 600 to appear, and else we don't want anything to appear, so we're just going to leave it like that. So if we refresh this, you can see it's already underlined. That's because our type is defaultly set to all. So over here, since it's all, it will show like this. Okay, so then we also want that if the user clicks this search all, it will set the type to all again. So if over here, when you say on click, if the user clicks this, we want a function to activate, and we want this function to say set type to all. Okay, so that's what we're trying to do. Now in our this class name, I'm just going to copy this to not give us too much stress. I'm going to paste this here, and here I'm going to say restaurants, right? Okay, then we'll just scroll down. Then over here, we're going to say class name, delete this, and in this type, we're going to put street food. Then we'll come back here again. Then in this type, we're going to put what? Bar. Then when we delete this, we're going to paste this, and here we're going to put, what are we going to put? We're going to put lounge. Okay. Yes. All right, so now if the user clicks on this, let us come here on this span now. We'll copy, we'll come to this span here. We want, if the user clicks on it, we should set the type to restaurant. This is now you spell restaurant now. This should be A, and this should be A. Yes. Then over here, we want to make this, what should we make this? Street food. Okay, street food. Then over here in our span, we make this bar. Okay, then over here we make this lounge. Okay, so when we come over here now, if we click on restaurant, you can see switches. Click on street food, switches. Click on bar, switches. Click on lounge, switches. Sorry about those effects you are seeing. My system is not very powerful, so it can lag because of all the work is doing right now, server and screen recording all at the same time. So you can see looking very nice and looking very neat. Now the next thing we're going to work on, we're going to leave this for now, and we're going to go and work on the search. Okay, this search part here. Okay, so this search part is very complex because of the search is going to be doing, but for now let's just style it first of all. Okay, so say div, we're going to say class. Oh no. So we're going to say class name, and we're going to say margin of 3. Then over here we're going to say div class name, and we're going to say the max width should be 5XL, and we're going to say MD flex. I'm going to say MX also. I'm going to say padding 1. I'm going to say border. I'm going to say border again should be 2. Rounded large, MD rounded, full shadow MD, and then we're going to say BG white. Okay, then we're going to do this. Okay, so now next we're going to say div class name. I wish you would stop doing that. Class name flex 1. I'll say flex. I'm going to say span. Class name my auto, margin left 2. I'm going to say search icon. I say class name, text 4 extra large. I'm going to say save. Then come down here and say input. Type should be text. Class name. Class name should be flex 1. Padding 3. Outline none. And text XL. Placeholder. Show. And this is just like styling the placeholder. Okay, then we're going to say border black. Okay, so we're now going to say placeholder equals to places to go, things to try, first date, choices. Then we'll say close this. Okay, we're having a little bit of issue. What could be the issue? 1, 2. I don't see any issue at all. I think this is just giving us. What's the issue, bro? What's the issue? Is it the div? Okay. Div also stops here. Then we're going to have a button. Class name. Class name is equals to bg green 400 p3 px5 rounded md rounded full text xl font bold with full md w2 search What seems to be the problem here? Did I not close something? I think I did. I'm just trying to find what the issue is with this code. Let's look through it, shall we? We have our div here. We have another div. Did we type anything wrong? Alright, so it seems there was an issue with prettier. I think that's what the issue was with. So if you run into that error, just cancel whatever prettier is doing at the bottom of your screen. But I think it should just apply to only me, really. Okay, so now we have our search bar looking neat and clean. We have restaurant, street food, bar, lounge. Everything is looking nice. Now, what we want is that when the user is typing in this search box, right, and he's searching for, let's say, coffee, we want only the things related to coffee to appear. If the user clicks on street food, we want only street food things to appear. So remember, I think we should work on that first. Okay, so let's go back. Let's see, in our search box we have type, set type. All right, so here in our constant we're going to create a new this thing, a new use data. So we're going to say constant, we're going to say results, set results, we're going to say equal to use state, and say any, and then we're going to say places. Okay, then we're going to save this. Now in our search box we're going to say set results, right, equals to set results. Okay, then we're also going to say results equals to places. Okay, now if we go to our search box, right, and we come to the top, okay, so we're going to be doing this one after the other. In our search all, we want to, if the user clicks here, we want to set results. So here we have type, right? So we want to get set results. I want to get results from here. Then we also need to add it here. We need to say results any, and we're going to say set results any. Okay, so now that we have this, we want to say set the results. When the user clicks on search, or set it to all results. All right, then if the user clicks on restaurants, right, we're going to say constant new results, right? We'll say equals to results dot filter. Okay, we're going to say results any. Okay, then we're going to say equal to this. Then we'll say your function. We're going to say return results, right, dot type, the type equals to restaurant. Now the type of each of these things, like for example, this one here is a bar, this one here is a street food, this is a restaurant. So these are their types. So what we're saying here, we're just saying that create a new constant that and filter through all this data, filter through it and find us the one that is just restaurant. Okay, that's what we're just like saying over here. And once we get that, we want to now say set results to the new results. Okay, and once we set this, we need to go back to our page or text. Here in the places, we want to show the results. So we want to see results. Okay, so when we refresh this, we get everything. When we click on restaurant, it's not working. Why? Click on restaurant. Okay, let's go back here. So we're saying results places. Okay, we have this set, then set results. Hope the typo is correct. Results, and it says set results. Okay, set results. Okay, this is correct. Then we come to our search box. We say on click constant new results. Results. Did we get results from here? How are we getting that result? We're saying results equals to places, right? So in our search box, what we want to do, we'll just say come here. We'll say console.log results. Okay, that's just what we want to say. Console.log result. We're going to inspect. We're going to put this doc at the bottom. Which way is this here? Say console. Clear all of this. Then we're going to refresh this page. We're supposed to get the, you see, each child link shall have a prop key, a key prop. We're not seeing what we want to see here. So hold on, let's type something. Let's say console fish. I'm not getting anything at all. Okay, let's look at this again. So over here in our restaurant, when we on click, we're creating a new result. I was setting this set results to be new results. Results. This should work. I really don't know why this isn't working. Saying in our internal server error. Do we have an issue here? Okay, we're working with we're not working with use client. It is use clients now, so okay, it's because it's echoing in that page. This is a use client page now. This should be echoing here, not okay. It's working now, so I think now this should work. Okay, bingo. I don't know why my printer keeps stopping my code from working. I don't know what's wrong with picture. So now that we click restaurant, we can see that everything we get here is of the type of restaurant, right? If we click back to search all, we get everything back. But if we click restaurant, we only get restaurant things. So we want to do that same thing to every other thing here. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So we're just going to copy this. To copy, I'll come down here, paste. Then here in this, we're going to clean this into street food. Okay, we're going to go down here. We're going to say here bar. And going down here, paste this. I'm going to say lodge. Okay, so now street food. You can see only street food. Bar, you can see only bar, and lounge, you can see only lounge. So that's the power of our search here. Very, very functional, very, very awesome. Okay, so now when a user types in our search, we also want to also search something. So we're going to go back to our search, or let's go to the page, and you can see we pass all this through. So in our page, we also want to pass things through here as well. So in this search, we're going to come here, and we're now going to say results equals to results, right? Then we're going to set results, right? And we're going to say results. I'm going to say places and places. Okay, so now if we go back to our search, okay, in our search we need to create this thing, a use state. So we're going to say constant, we're going to say search, set search Okay, and we're going to say equals to use state any, and here we're going to just say this. Okay, so over here in our input, we're going to say on change equals to event event set search. Okay, event dot target dot value. Okay, so perfect, we have that coming now. So now we're going to create a function that helps us search through this. Okay, so we're going to first of all create that function. We're going to say constant filtering search. We're going to say if search is empty, if there's nothing inside that search, we're just going to say set results to places. This is because if the user is typing something and then he now deletes what he's typed, we want to set everything back to reset. Okay, so return and continue. And here we're going to say let new results equals to box. Then we're going to say for let I equals to 0, I is less than results dot length, and we're going to say I plus plus. So what we're going to do now, because we have the data that the user typed, if he put something in the search box like coffee, we're going to search through all our data, all the title, and check for the one that has coffee in it. Okay, want to find what our user asked us to find. So we're going to say constant s equals to results I dot title dot to lowercase, just so that we don't have any issues with the case. Okay, so once we get that, we're going to say constant check equals to s dot match search dot to lowercase. Okay, here now we're now saying match this title that we're getting from our array. We want to match it with what the user searched, and we're putting everything in lowercase so that we don't have any issue with capital letters. Okay, so once we get that, we're going to say if check, that is if check came out like positive, that yes, this is it got something, we're going to say new results, that's this empty array we created up here, dot push results I. So we're going to push that into it, and then we're going to now say in this, we're going to say set results to new results. Okay, so we have that set up. Now we also need to set up a use effect, because if the user is what's going on here, this PTR code keeps making my this did not refresh well. Now if the user like is typing coffee, if we are not careful, it will just be searching instantly. We want to give it a bit of time. So if the user finish typing, like give him like a few seconds to finish typing, then we want the code to run. Okay, so how are we going to do that? We're going to say use effect. Okay, we're going to say use effect, and we want to set dependency for search. So anytime search changes, we want this code to run. Okay, this use effect to run rather. We're going to say constant timer equals to set time out, and this filtering search, right? and we're going to say it should take 1 second before 1 second after the change before this code should run. I'm going to say return to reset the timer, return clear timeout. I'll say timer. Prettier. Okay, so we have this set. Let's try it. Let's refresh this. Let's come here. Let's type core fee. What are the errors, bro? What are the errors? Set result is not defined. Okay, we didn't fetch that. That was our bad. So here we're just going to say results set results places, and we're going to just give this a type of any. So we'll save that. So you can see our code is working just perfectly. If we cancel everything, we get everything back. This is Papa and Mama. Let's just put Mama. After a few seconds, we get what we searched for. So you see everything is looking nice and clean. And with that, we're done with the home page. Look at our home page. Just stunning. So now what we want to work on is the individual of this. So if we click on this, we want to work on this place here. Okay, so you can see we have the ID here. We want to work on it. All right, so let's cancel this. Let's go to places. This is our place page, and that's what we're going to be working on now. Okay, so let's get started. Now, the first thing we're going to do, we're going to just style this a little bit, and then we're going to work from there. So let's just say if this div, then we're going to say div class name equals to bg white, margin top 2, close this. I'm going to say div class name equals to max width 7xl mx auto. Okay, and here we're going to say heading. Okay, what's going on here? My printer is, I think, is malfunctioning, man. It's malfunctioning. It's just behaving anyhow. So div. Okay, so we have that set. Now the other things we're going to also set, we're going to say div okay, so we have this set up. Then let's come here. We're going to say div. Nothing is working on my Visual Studio Code right now. Like, it's actually terrible. So margin 3, gallery. This isn't fair, man. This isn't fair. So after that, we have place details, and we have, okay, that's just what we have. Is this correct? This div is ending here. This div is supposed to be ending here as well. Okay, I don't know why Peter is behaving like this, man. Anyways, let's refresh this. This should okay now. Now the first thing we're going to work on is our heading. But before we work on our heading, we are getting the ID of the place we're working on here. So we need to use this these params to get data from that our data file that is here. We need to find we need to find the array that has this ID. Okay, so just close this. What we're going to do, we're going to need a a function, fetch place. If we come to here, we can see this fetch place here. What it does is that it takes the ID and it filters through the entire place, the data, and it finds the array that has that ID and it returns it to us. So that's just what that function does. So over here, we're going to use that function. But since this is a TXS file, we need to get the params. And how do we get the params? We get it from here. Let's say params. This is all from this thing. What do they call it? NextJS website. You can get this from NextJS website. ID, string. Okay. And this thing that is not, this preset that is not working is really affecting the way my code is working. Let me just take some time to see if I can continue from our side. Okay guys, so I had to restart the entire Visual Studio Code because I didn't like the way my code was just malfunctioning, but happily it's working fine now. So let's continue what we're doing. So we got our params here. So once we get our params, what we want to do, we want to say constant data equals to await fetch please. Okay, and then we're going to say this params dot place ID. Okay, all right, so once we get this, we should get the place ID. So we're just going to say console.log data, so we can see if we get, if we did get that data. So we're just going to run, come here, and like I said, I had to shut down everything. Probably is not happening to you, just probably happening just to me. So let's just continue. So we're refreshing this page, so hopefully we'll get this data on this console here. So let's see. All right, so it fetches that data quickly, so we know we're good to go. So now in our heading, we're going to pass it here, say dot data. Okay, then we're going to go to our heading. All right, so in this our heading now, in this header here, we're just going to fetch the data we need. Title, Google _ map address. Okay, phone _ number, opening _ time, closing _ time, rating, and ID. Okay, those are what we're going to need. And here we're going to just cancel this. Let's say class name, say M5 LG margin 0 space Y2 MD flex. Okay, so we're going to create another div. We're going to say class name flex1. Then we're going to create another div, class name text2XL font medium. Okay, then we're going to say title, and then here we're going to say verified icon. We'll say class name. Margin top 3, text large, and the text color should be #333. Okay, so next here we're going to say div class name flex span class name my auto font bold text XL margin right 2. We're going to say rating. And here we're going to see rating and radio group rating value equals to rating. Okay, then down here we already have written this code before. I'm just going to paste it here. Okay, then after this we're going to work on okay, see everything is coming together nicely. So we're going to work on Google map address. And okay, I'm just going to paste this. Okay, so Google map address. We have a bunch of this. I think I'm just going to go ahead and paste this. So here we're just saying phone number. This should be the phone number details, which we have here. And then the last one was saying website. This is all fair and simple. So here we should get website. Put comma. Then here we should just put website and save. Okay, so we can see website, phone number, address, everything is looking nice and simple. So once we do that, we have a div here. I hope I have not scattered the way this div is. Alright, so say div class name. We'll say hover cursor Okay, so here we're using link target underscore blank to give us the ref. I don't think we're going to use this. Cancel this. Cancel this. We're just going to say mode outline icon class name. Let's imagine right 2. Alright. Okay. Alright, so I think that's looking nice. So we're done with our header. Now we're off to our gallery page. And we can see in our gallery page, our gallery, we need to pass in our data. So here we're just going to say equals to data. No, we'll say data equals to data. Okay, so if we go to our gallery page, which is in our carousel, carousel. All right, so here we've gotten the data that we need. We're just going to come to this return, and we're just going to see data dot multiple underscore photos dot length is equal to 0, null, else. This is just a carousel component I got from online, which I use. It's pretty much free, and I think it's really okay to use for things like this. Was that Eric say cannot read properties of undefined reading length? Why can't read properties of that? So we have our data multiple underscore photos dot length. We get our data from here. Why isn't able to read? It says cannot read on properties. Hope this is not okay. Cannot read properties of undefined reading length. Multiple photos. I'm pretty sure it's multiple photos. Okay, let's just say console.log data. We should see this if we inspect console. Okay. What's the problem? Show me the problem. Carousel number, source number any. Multiple map number. How does it even get the number again? Okay, maybe it's not, that data is not passing through. But here we get the data now and see multiple photos. That's what we get here. And if we come here, Control C, clear. Let's just restart this application and see if we still get the same error. I really hope not. I really want these videos to be less than 2 hours, so let's get cracking. You can design a code, on the side. It won't have any issues. You bring it to development, boom, issues full everywhere. All right, so this is the carousel we're talking about. You can see how nice it looks. It auto plays by itself. It's available for that screen. You can minimize it and it auto plays by itself. So that is that. Our carousel is working. Okay, so let's go to the next thing, which is our place details. So just command, let's go here. All right, our place details. Let's get to work on that 2-hour video. Okay, yes. So here now, we're going to just come here. Are we getting the data? No, we're not getting the data. So we need to just get the data here. Okay, so once we get the data, I think that's fine. What we can do here is say class name md flex space y2 md space y0 and md space x2 margin top 2. Okay, so now that we get all of this, we're going to just say reviews data. The next one about data, and the last one contact data. Okay, as we have done our let's start with reviews first of all. All right, so in our reviews, all we need to get is rating and about. Okay, now that we've gotten that, say class name with full bg white padding 7 border 1.5 shadow small border hashtag e0. Okay, we have a p tag, class name, font medium, text excel pb2 ratings and reviews. Okay, say div class name flex my3 pb2 3 border bottom 2 md border bottom 0. Class name my auto font bold text xl mr2 rating, and then from here after the span rating radio group rating value rating. Okay, from here then we've already had something like this before, and we just go down, we just say span class name text small font medium my auto margin left 3 margin y auto. Okay, so we have this here. We're just going to 65 reviews, and down here after the div, sorry, we can say p class name font medium text md mt5 about, Then here we're going to say div class name, font light, empty2, about. Okay, perfect. So how does this look? Okay, it's because it's the only one here right now, and there's no about review of this. Let's go back to the main page and pick something that has more info. Coffee bar. Coffee bar doesn't have anything. Go back. Here. This doesn't have anything too. What then has any something? Nothing? What? What? The rating and review is not even showing itself. Why isn't this rating showing? Control save. I've saved it. Why is it not showing? Reviews box. Case details. In our page here, how did we get the data? We pass data like this, which is correct. In our place details, was that data that here was passed like this? In this reviews box, let's see if we actually get this console. No. Alert. No wonder it's saying undefined. Why is it saying undefined? Why is it saying undefined? Our place details, doesn't it? The amount of refresh I've had to do for this application today is absolutely ridiculous. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. All right, so our review page is working now. Let's go to the about. All right, so in the about, what we're going to use is max budget, max underscore budget, min underscore budget, news, cruisings. All right, so the way we worked on our data was that here we're going to say constant meals list equals to meals dot split. We'll split it with comma to an array. Then we're going to say constant cuisines list equals to cuisine split comma as well. So we're going to return here. Say class name equals to width full. What's going on? Width full. BG white. Padding 7. Space Y2 border slash 1.5. Shadow small border E0 E0 E0. Okay, and padding class name. I say padding paragraph font medium text XL border B2 MD border B0 B5 flex span class name flex this one, details, and span. Ooh, verified icon, class name, text, okay, 400. P, class name for the medium, text small, empty 5, and say price range. Okay, and here we say div, class name, font light, then we're going to say ngn, minimum underscore budget to ngn, max underscore budget. Okay, then I'm also going to do the same thing for the, let's say, meals. Okay, then here we're going to say meals list dot map meal and index. Okay, and we're going to say div key index, and then here we're going to say meal. Okay, and down here we're going to paste. Here we're going to say cuisine, and here we're going to do same thing that we did here. Paste it here, and here we're going to say cuisines list. Okay, then here let's see price range. All right, so now we have ratings, we have our details, price range, and everything. Next thing we're going to work on is our contact box. All right, so here we're just going to say class name and say width full, bg white, p7 space y3 shadow sn e o e o e o. Okay, give class name, border b pb contacts. Okay, so we have our location and contact. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to say div class name. Okay, we're going to say space x5 font light text md. Okay, here we're just going to say location on icon. Okay, class name, text black, text 3XL, stop this. I'm going to say span. And we are going to see application. Okay, so we're just going to copy and paste this and then paste it back down. Really nothing too complex. So that's just what we're basically doing here. Device icon, and we are done. So our website is looking neat, clean, and beautiful. Okay, so if you have any issues whatsoever, please let me know in the comments. I'm always available to help. Well, again, nothing much really. If you have any ideas of any website we should do, let me know in the comments. I forgot to do the intro. I'm about to do it now. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Love.